Now, Harold Price had three daughters. I knew them as children when I was a teenager. They were cute little girls with red hair, if I remember right. And what has happened since I've been posting videos of model airplanes, two of the daughters have contacted me, and this is his daughter, Carol, that donated these pictures. They're photographs. And Patty had donated the first four volumes of this, and I was happy to share them, of course. And Patty, thank you. These are from his other daughter, Carol, and she says she has more pictures, but I'm going to go through these. These are from the early 80s. These are some pictures I have never seen before, and for me, they brought back some wonderful memories, just memories you could not imagine. And I was so happy to see that Harold shot a lot of pictures in his lifetime, and I'm very happy to be able to share them. I hope you will enjoy these old nostalgic photos. Now, I don't remember a lot of the dates and names, but this I know is 1984 because the two people from Australia, and I don't really remember their names, Brian and Jeff, I think, but I don't remember their last names. I had picked them up at the airport. They had stayed at my house for a day, and then we went to the Flushing Meadow contest. And in 1984, I had never seen a plane that came apart like this in pieces and was transported. They had the thing back. This is in 84. But Harold was there, and thankfully he shot these pictures along with other ones that we're going to share. But I'm sorry I don't remember the names, but these were very unusual models. Look how long the orange one is. Very, very different. And we had gone to a restaurant, and we were kidding around with the waiter there, who knew they were from Australia, and they were telling us about looking at the cars. Where are the rhubards? Where are the rhubars? Well, there are no rhubars in New Jersey because there's no roos, and they meant kangaroos, of course. But anyway, we did go to the Nats, and I hope someday we can recover some pictures from that Nats, some photos or whatever. But they were great company. Even to this day, Karen and I talk about their visit. We enjoyed their company immensely. They were excellent modelers, great flyers, and most of all, and when Big Jim was there and all of the people that, this is Flushing Meadow, of course, all of the people that were at the field that day to hang out with some comrades from Australia, and they did fly the contest, of course. And I think, looking back now, that was one of the days I really remember from back in the day of Flushing Meadow. Well, this is a photo I had never seen before. It's of Nat Gifford. I don't know his age. He's definitely a junior there. And this is one of the planes I built, an old-time stunt. It was to match my 83 MiG. The MiG had exactly that paint job, red on top, white on the bottom. I made an old-time stunt Yak 9 to be a matching set. So in 84, I had the MiG that was published in the magazine, and this, and of course Nat got to fly it. Now, he used to come down on the weekends with his dad, Bruce. They were great company. They stayed at my house many, many times. We built planes together, finished them together, went flying together, had the time of our lives together. And the Gifford family and my family were very close at the time. We had a lot of fun. We went to visit them. They visited us. But looking back at these pictures that Harold shot brought back so many memories of a time that's gone, but not forgotten. And I am always so thankful to have some of these pictures and be able to share them on YouTube that we all can enjoy them. This is Jimmy Casale and Russ Hunsberger. Russ and I were real good friends for a long time with Sandy and a cat, and went to a lot of nationals together, had so much fun over the years. Jimmy Casale, top level flyer, of course, and he was competing at this point in time, and we were having these events and days at, I think this is one of his early planes that he had success at the Nationals with. But this was a time when you would go to Flushing Meadow and you just have to wait 2 hours to get a flight. There was so much interest in control line stunt. All of the circles were busy. It was just a time you can't even explain to people that have never been there. And of course, the star of the whole show, always Big Jim Greenaway. Now there's a couple more pictures here. My plane is in the foreground here, that black and white plane that's in the foreground. I flew that at the 84 Reno Nats, and I remember giving it to Rick at the end of its service life, and he had it for a couple of years. And boy, does this bring back memories. I'm not sure whose plane this is. It's a Pattern Master, it looks like, but I can't read the AMA number on a wing. I don't know if it might belong to Mike Rogers or it might not, or I don't know. There were several people building Pattern Masters then, and they were all very, very competitive. And Bob Barron actually won the Nats with one. So, and Big Jim, I wish I had more pictures of Big Jim. I don't. I only have a few, and I've already put them on previous videos. And Big Jim's influence in the hobby, influence on me, maybe in that trickle down even to you, I don't know. But he had his aerodynamic thoughts and ideas. And of course the Super Tiger 60s that I don't even know how to remember how many thousand there were in my lifetime, and they went on to be in the Spitfires and everything. And now we're going to be over at the Circle Burner field here, and I see there's a whole stack of pictures from the Circle Burner field. I'm sorry I don't know some of the people by name, but I'm sure if you look in the background you can see that black and white plane again. You might see somebody you recognize in the pictures. I don't know. But I'm so glad that Harold shot these. He really was an avid photographer, just like I'm an avid whatever I am, videographer. But he left these as a legacy. And I, for one, enjoy looking at these old pictures and remembering this time. Now, I always say, and it gets boring for me to say it, I know, this was a wonderful time to be alive. Everybody was young. Everybody was happy. All of the competitions we went to were nothing but friendly people. The Circle Burner field. Look at the parking lot in the back. There were days they were parked out on the street and going in each direction. It just was a wonderful time. If you were a modeler or interested in control line stunt, this was a great time to be alive. And this is really the early 80s because Harold passed away in 86. So I know, for instance, like Ed Captanelli, the late Ed Captanelli, he was a great craftsman. He had many, many models. I went to his son's wedding, and Kevin had a lot of models, just priceless stuff. And you look at the pictures, and all of a sudden I say, Carl Seifert. Now, Carl and I reconnected via email. Recently, I wanted to get some of my trains repaired, and Carl, at one point in his life, was repairing model trains. And it was great reconnecting with him. And this is a model I will never forget. Now, Harold built this just before he passed away. Just a fun model to go out to the Circle Burner field and have some fun, and boy, he did. This plane really flew a lot better than you think it would. And he shot a few pictures of it. I had other pictures of it, but not in this collection. These pictures all came from Carol. And Carol, again, thank you so much. And thank you to Patty. And thank you to everybody that contributes things. That Ray Dory sent me a stack of videos that we're going to be putting on more cool stuff in the future. And the people that contribute back into the sport, into the hobby, to me, that's priceless, if nothing else. Now, the definition of nostalgia is a thing or a place that you can never go back to. And this is a place and a time I can never go back to. This is me at Flushing and my illustrious F-16. Lou Dudka had built an F-16 a year or two before. It was a beautiful model, just an absolutely, I thought, great semi-scale model. So, of course, being the competitor I am and trying to outdo Lou, I had to build this. I flew it at the 84 Nats, and I had that backup plane that you see in some of the video. Basically, all these pictures are from 1984, around that era. And this is at the Flushing contest, and to be honest, I don't remember the outcome of how this played out, but you can see the plane has crashed. Now, there's Nat Gifford in the background. I was probably trying to blame it on him. But anyway, that was a plane that met its demise way too early in life. And I have some pictures of it at appearance judging, and the cockpit, it had a big giant cockpit from an RC plane, a bubble canopy, and of course a Tiger 60 redone by Big Jim. And to me, and this was a BJ wing that the span was shortened. But again, this is just one of the things. If you didn't have these pictures, I might have forgotten this, but having seen these pictures, it brought back just a flood of absolutely, and they are priceless nostalgic memories. Now, Harold Price was a very special and very talented modeler who helped a lot of people. In fact, I count him as the person who helped me more than any other single person. and actually taught me how to paint. And I hope I've made him proud with the models that I've built over the years, and that I've shared the technology with as many people as I could through the videos and actually through this here. And I'm so glad that I've reconnected with his two of the three daughters. Now, I don't know if there's a third daughter that has some pictures here. We hadn't had any contact with them since they were 8 or 10 years old. I don't know. I don't want to identify who's in the picture because I don't know, but this picture was in that batch, and I do remember that model. But there's just some things. Nostalgia is a wonderful thing if you have some connection to it. And it was so nice. That's Patty in blue there. She came up from Florida, sat on my porch, and we went through hundreds and hundreds of color slides. And her son, who's in the picture, put them all, he digitized all of them. Thank you guys. Thank you to the whole family. But the biggest thanks of all goes to Harold. Without Harold Price, and this is his Valkyrie, and you can see just some of the trophies he won, and his whole cellar was full of trophies. But that's not the thing that I remember him for. What I remember him for is being super generous with his time, always willing to help somebody. And Carl and I were both juniors at the time. He went out of his way to help us in every way you could help a fellow modeler. Thank you, Harold. I will treasure those memories always. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, take a second. Please hit the like button. Support the channel. It helps us grow and lets us put out more of these nostalgic videos that you probably will enjoy. What's coming in the future. More stuff coming in the future. And thanks one and all for watching.